Welcome to the Inside the Latest Web Threats. I'm Chester Wisniews, Senior Security Advisor here at Sophos. You know, I'd like to be able to say the web is safer than ever, but I can't. Not when anywhere between 25 and 40,000 new websites are infected each day. And I'm not just talking about infections in the dark, seedy areas of the internet. How about TechCrunch, Facebook, whitepages.com, the New York Times, hey, even the US Treasury? Simply by browsing to these sites, you could be infected too. When big successful organizations like these, who have top-notch security professionals, can be compromised, that means that we're all at risk. The criminals have changed their tactics, and we need to work together to stop them. For instance, a bad habit that needs breaking is the use of JavaScript obfuscation. It makes analysis difficult and has little benefit to you. By not using obfuscation, it makes it easier for us to help you. First off, it doesn't really work. People use obfuscated JavaScript thinking it'll keep people from stealing the images and text from their web pages. But it won't, because there are plugins for most of the major browsers that can undo it in a second. What it is doing is making us and our competitors confuse it with malware. Every time we open a web page that has this stuff in it, our virus engine has to take it apart and decide whether it's malicious or not. Guess what? This is one of the top reasons that people complain about their antivirus being slow. So now let's look at this from the website side. You might figure if you've got antivirus protection on your website, it can't be infected. But these days, criminals aren't storing the malicious code on the servers that they're compromising. Instead, they're injecting a malicious iframe or script tag into your web page, redirecting to another compromised site. They'll bounce you around to a few legitimate sites that have all been compromised with a similar attack. But it's a classic magician's misdirect, lulling you with the credibility of these sites until the time that you're at the exploit. The exploit is often a series of exploits, all in one web page, and this page is often controlled entirely by the attacker. If you didn't patch one program on your computer that was targeted, they have a way in. Then they direct you to a site where they're storing the malicious code or the actual malware. They're also using that same technique to customize the spam, malware, and your web experience. For example, say you get spam telling you something horrible has happened in your town. Let's say an explosion. The spam looks to be a Reuters message with a link to a very similar domain name. You're worried, so you click on the link. It takes you to a website with a Reuters video player, and it says that a bomb has gone off in your home city. You click the video and get a message that you need a flash update to see the movie. And that's plausible. After all, it seems like I have to update my flash player every couple of weeks these days. So you run the file. And of course, it infects your computer with the wallet worm, and now you're spamming more and more machines because you're part of a spam botnet. This is how they build themselves up, and once they have control of your computer, they can do anything they want. To a large degree, this problem exists between the chair and the keyboard. Most of us, when we're surfing the internet, have our brain elsewhere. We need to educate users more about this problem. In the old days, malware and spam was a push effort. They were trying to force it in through our firewalls directly to our PCs. We've become excellent at building up the walls around our networks with VPNs and firewalls so they can't push any further in. Now they're tricking our users into pulling down the bad content. So users are going to the websites, picking up the malware, going to the exploited pages and pulling it back in. Again, the criminals have changed their tactics, so we all need to change ours. And education is the answer. Check out the related resources we provided on this topic or sign up for a live Anatomy of Attack event in a community near you. After all, criminals are spending their days and nights thinking about how to steal your money and information. How about spending a few hours with us figuring out how to stop them?